Hello, it's Friday and it's my day off, and there's nothing I like better than to spend some of my day off crafting. And I just did something very quick today because I've got lots to do today. So I just did this really quick card. I'm using some of the new DSP that's coming out for the Spring Summer catalogue that launches on the 3rd of January. But other than that, everything else that's here, or apart from the stamp as well. So the stamp and the DSP are going to be new for the 3rd of January, but everything else here is current. So wanted to give you a little bit of a sneaky peek of what's coming, but also show you some current products too. So I'm using a card that is 4x6. I like using 4x6 cards if I'm doing something quite simple. So I've got a 4x6 card, and I'm going to cut out a piece of balmy blue. If I can find my trimmer, there it is. If I cut out a piece of balmy blue that measures 5 3/4 by 4, and the reason it's 4 is that this card is just ever so slightly wider than 4 inches. Which actually I'm just going to check. Yeah, it is almost 4 1/4. So I'm just going to cut that to just a tad under 4. And I'm going to stick that to my cup. If you could see what's going on around this, just this area here, total carnage. I've been crafting this morning, doing all sorts of things, and it is complete carnage. So my husband's gone away for the weekend, so that's what I'm going to do over the next couple of days, is get this craft room sorted. It looks absolutely horrendous. It looks like a bomb's gone off in it. But it can wait. It'll still be there later. So just going to put that on there. I've stuck that down with wet glue. I prefer to use wet glue for this just because you can, what I affectionately call, jiggle it about a bit. I've made a terrible job of that. And it's not moving. Come on, you will move. That glue is just trying to grab, and I'm just trying, I've got a bit of a race against time. That's it, it's not moving anymore. So there we are. So I've just got a very small border around my card. I think I've just about got that even. So the next thing I'm going to do is get my Gingham Gala DSP, which is big gingham on one side, mini gingham on the other. So in some of the other projects that I've done, I've used the big gingham, and in another project I use a little one. So in this one I'm going to use the little one, and I'm going to use the petal punch. This goes with one of our stamps, but I like to use it on its own as well if I don't want to do any stamping. So I'm just going to cut out 3 of these. Super quick, super easy, super accurate. That's what I love about punches. Stampin' Up do, if there's one thing I think they do really well, it's punches. I've lost my card, there it is. So I'm going to get each of these, I'm going to use this side, and I'm just going to very carefully just curl up the edges. I could use a bone folder, but my desk is so untidy I can't find it. So I'm just going to use my my thumb and fingers there. So I'm going to put that there. I'm just going to open it up so it will lay flat. So I'm going to put that one there. I'm going to do the same with this one. Just curl it up slightly. Give the card a little bit of interest, a little bit of dimension. And then just curl the edges up on that one as well. So it's got those right. I'm happy with them. And then I'm going to get, this is quite a new punch that I've just recently bought, but it's been around for a little while, is the leaf punch. Really love this. And the cardstock that I'm using for my, oh dear, can you, that's everything falling off my desk. Here I've used Call Me Clover, but for this one I'm going to use Old Olive. I do prefer Old Olive. but either will look nice. I just think because the blue is a nice subtle blue, it needs a subtle green. So I want 3 of those. How easy is that? I love a punch. Absolutely love a punch. That's what I've been spending my day doing, stamping and punching. And again, I'm going to just roll these carefully. Now with my other one, I got nail marks in them, so I want to avoid that with this one. It didn't look very nice. So I've got that there. And then the only tricky thing about this really, I found that putting the glue on it, I had to be really careful not to make it messy. So I'm just turning those leaves up a little bit just to give a bit of interest there. Just to make it look a bit less two-dimensional. Less flat. That's what I'm trying to say. Less flat. There we go. So ready to put this together now before I start some stamping. So I'm just going to put, and I'm coming to the end of this pot of glue, so I have to keep shaking it to get, let's take it away from that card. I have to keep shaking this glue just to get some out of it. So I'm going to put a leaf there. Oh, just down a little bit, otherwise it's going to be taller than the card. And then our last one. And really, I shouldn't be crafting today. Just over a week before Christmas and I've got loads to do. Absolutely loads, but I've worked hard all week and it's just nice just to sit down and do a bit of craft. It's so relaxing. The house is quiet. There we go. I'm going to move that one down a little bit. It's a little bit too high. Now on the other card that I made, I put some sequins in the middle of the card, but I think for this one, I just want to go a little bit more bling. And I've got my rhinestones right next to me here. So I'm going to take one of these and just put it into the centre of each flower. I love these. I just think it gives it just makes it pop just that little bit more. Okay, so I've got my flowers and I'm going to do a little bit of stamping, and I'm going to be using the Itty Bitty Birthday stamp. This is going to be new for 2019, so you can't get your hands on this yet, but I wanted to have a little bit of a play with it. So what am I going to use? I'm going to get my 2 1/4 inch circle punch, using all the punches today, but hopefully showing you how versatile they are. So there's my circle. And I'm going to go back to my blue cardstock and get my blue ink. So this is balmy blue. So this and this and this all match. Another thing that Stampin' Up do brilliantly is just coordinate everything. So I've just inked up my stamp. Stamps perfectly. No splodging. And I'm going to stamp that out. Now I need to find my 2 inch stamp. My 2 inch punch rather. I knew what I meant. And that just fits in there like that. Now, for my gingham circle, if I can get it off the paper, for my gingham circle, I'm going to put that there in the middle. Slightly bigger than my last one, but I like the fact that it tucks behind that leaf. Wet glue again. Doesn't matter what glue that you use. You could use anything. You could use tear and tape if you wanted to. But that tear and tape, as I've discovered today, is super sticky. And I'd want to be able to manoeuvre this, so if I'd used tear and tape, might have been a bit of a disaster. So I've got that there. Finally, I'm going to get my dimensionals, and they're underneath a pile of stuff here. I will clear up this afternoon. So just 2 on there. And I'm going to just tap that onto there like that. And just one last thing. I realise that my leaf is covering up my happy birthday. So I might just need to curl that round just a little bit like that. And there we have happy birthday card with a splash of green on there and a little bit of glimmer as well. Thanks for joining me, and I'll have some other projects coming for you soon. Please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button. That's my telephone ringing. I'm going to go and answer it. See you soon. Bye bye.